He's kind of shown himself on a couple different picks. It's been Sage and Phoenix most reliably, but I'm interested to see a Viper coming out, as I feel Viper is one of the rare picks that we see coming out in pro play. Kind of a little bit of limited utility, but you have that wall, you have the ultimate as well, which can be used on defense very effectively. We did see that coming out in actually the most recent tournament. I believe T1 were the ones pulling that one out, but right now it's going to be 5DDogs looking to pull out and execute onto the A site, making their way up to heaven as MKK finds the first frag.
Looks like A, yeah, just heavily stacked on the ramp there, Spike included, and the attackers still all standing in good health here. Team Bonk losing only a single defender. That's the Breach also coming into play for the first time here. Safe on the Viper, taking down Dworky. Will even things up, but attackers are in kind of a tough spot now. They haven't actually made any ground. Like, it looks like they made ground, but actually the entire site is still locked down here.
Yeah, and in the wake of that, they ended up losing quite a bit of HP, but Sage advantage means they will have a couple heals, but as they're rotating back through the mid lane, beautiful poison cover. Will he swing out onto them? Gotta find one. Yassine's gonna only go 1-for-1 in the end, but that's gonna slow their advance just that much more, and 30 seconds on the clock. Now it's their time to move.
Full health on defense. The attacking Sage might have a heal up in a second for the Jet any moment now, but they're going to slow and steady here through the ropes room, whereas the entire defense is circling around quietly. Look at that instant kill. Safe was the Opper in the previous one. This time the Ghost will get the job done, but 8 seconds remaining. Spike getting killed. That's defense looking solid here, but still could be a clutch either way.
Not gonna have time to plant the bomb. He doesn't even need to swing out. Now will swing out just for the ego challenge to make sure that you can send one last member to the grave.
Extremely low health too on the Cypher.
Yeah, was very, very close. And that was pretty much just like you called out. If you're not going to be able to make any ground, Team Bonk just rotated all of their members over to the A side, and then at that point you're pushing through a Viper wall, through 5 characters worth of utility. It's not an easy mountain to be climbing.
As we take a look at the offense setting up this time, this area is sometimes called Market, Sushi, various names for it. I like Market myself, but as they crawl up the mid section, you can see Viper utility just blocking everything, and this is clearly why he chose to go this route instead of the Sage, because mid can be, blocked off over and over again with that Viper screen.
Right, and that bomb buddy spotting out a lot, and a lot of just damage kind of thrown out here. The battle through the smoke, as Yassine's gonna get right back into position. Will he find one? He will. Can swing out onto the Cypher, find a second one as the Shroud comes out safe, and Z's lighting them up. With one member left on 5DDogs, the flashback's not quite gonna make it in, but I don't know if it's gonna matter. Safe gonna be cleaning that one up in the end.
Funny little blast pack there at the end. Obviously not. Oh, we're seeing pause. So we will, of course, take care of that.
Do have a small pause. Are we waiting on Bonk or to reconnect, maybe?
Oh, yeah, I see the timer. Like... Timer's paused, yes. That always is jarring to me when it's like, is it paused? Because they're running around still, but...
Right. And...
Okay, Bonk just crouched. He's crouching.
To talk about just early notes that we're getting from 5DDogs, this is one of the newer teams, or we haven't seen too many of these games played. Kind of roaming as a pack are these Hounds, moving 5 onto A, then 5 up to mid. Omen was kind of lurking around any pushes out of B, but he was playing with the team there. And we talked about a bit on Ascent how, the 2-1-2 is fairly standard, a little bit of football style for our EU viewers. Now, what would you say is kind of what is something you look for as a standard push, or when you're looking at a divided push, prodding for information, what's something that you kind of expect to see on Split?
On Split, again, the Cypher B is almost like guaranteed. I mean, they're just going to know Cypher's there until otherwise indicated. So Omen, I see they're actually trying to deal with that Cypher. Blocking visibility is a good opportunity, or a good mindset, I guess, as Omen can teleport past Cypher's gadgets. That would be a good sort of counterplay, but you're not going to send 2 people to Garage unless you're sending 5 people. You know what I mean? Like, they know Cypher's got that lockdown. They don't want to mess with him because of that. Omen is going to try the duel occasionally. Sometimes he'll come up on top, and then they can decide if they want to go through Garage or Be Heaven or something like that. With Viper tying up mid, I think that does make them want to favor A. However, as we see right now, they are still going to try to contend with the Viper. I would expect sort of 1-2-2 on the defense, and they're actually doing a 1-1-3. Extremely aggressive defenders on A, pushing all the way into sewer, and it's going to capitalize Yassine with that SMG.
Yeah, very early on push, and when you're dealing with 5DDogs, Cypher didn't set up any tripwires to kind of deter that, as he's a little bit pressed for econ right now, so Ray's going to be able to open that one up very early on here, and Z's lurking very far away.
Interesting. So those pings, I don't know which side the pings are from. Are those defenders because they're green?
I do believe so. It does look like that is the call out, but not rotating too many members over just yet. Still waiting around the A, but here they come. They're going back in.
Time is against them. Like, this is always scary.
That it is. And it looks like there goes a dark cover into Heaven. It seems in a great spot to open this one up if they get aggressive.
So Team Bonk still chilling, lying back. Omen is watching the CT side, or excuse me, the T-spawn. He's actually coming from behind them. And it is a 5 versus 4 situation here. Time is working against the attackers. Like, this is pretty rough. They've got to get in here and get some kills quickly, but Yassine actually got to find another kill before going down. That's a 2-4 situation. Spike carrier's down. Raze is solo, and it looks like Team Bonk have wrapped this one up just even on time, let alone the op kill there at the end. So Team Bonk really asserting their dominance here. 3-0 is a hot start for them.
That they do, and that was an unfortunate wide peek from Dworky there. He turned around, he looked at Yassine, and you do that thing where, there's no one that's going to be here, but I'm gonna check anyway. Looks at him, looks away, and in the time it takes to double take, Yassine takes his life. And that's gonna be Bonk showing up, like you mentioned, dominantly in the first half here. While 5DDogs still struggling to find their footing for now. It looks like an aggressive positioning all the way out here, but Bonker's Z is going to be throwing down here. That's going to be 2 kills already shown out here. Concussion going out there. The fault line, not going to find any members just yet, but with the rest of 5DDogs kind of stranded. See Dworky peeking up here.
Ooh, nice little 1-2.
Gets a frag on it. Jima's able to clean that one up.
So the defenders now, obviously, they're fully aware of where they need to be. There's 4 of them, only 2 attackers. I think Safe is aware there's at least 1 player ramp, so should be cautious there. Now you hear the orb as well being taken, so they know exactly where they are. You see the Sage wall as well. Find more time, and that's enough time for Yassine to loop around the back, flush the last remaining attacker into the sewer, staying for the duel, and it is just as easy as that. And Yassine just popping off on the defense.
Yeah, no sense in letting them run with any of your guns. Yassine's happy to turn into the hunter of these dogs here who've just slowly kind of just struggled to get a lot of value out of their pushes. And it almost feels a little bit like 5DDogs are feeling a little bit too pressed to put their bodies first. And it can be kind of hard on a map like Split when you're staring down the barrel of Omen smokes, Cypher, and now Viper walls. The defensive setup for Bonk is really what's making it so difficult for 5DDogs to prod information or to bait anything out.
I really haven't seen this Viper strat mid, like, ever. I mean, maybe I'm not watching enough, but this seems pretty unique and seems to be doing really well for them.
Right, and Safe doing very well already. Finds 2 frags. Yassine flying on out into the mid here. Trying to see if he can find any frags. He will find 1, although not with the showstopper. Repeaks by Dworky will get 1 down, but he's standing on the poison. Safe is going to find his 3rd kill here. Looking for 1 more. Gonna tag him up through the smoke
He's
here.
trying, yeah. I would really like to ask Yassine at some point if he was an arena shooter player, because some of his tendencies obviously raised with rocket jumps and things like that, but his first shots are always so clean that I wonder if he's used to railgun or rocket jumps, things like that. They tend to gravitate toward raise, but he could just be a CS player, happy to have some more tools in the toolkit instead.
Right, and that's something you're familiar with, like we talked about earlier today, just of if you're playing an arena-style shooter, you're used to that fast, high-speed environment where you're not going to have a long opportunity to look and spray someone down. You are going to need that first shot to connect, and so far, Yassine has been hitting those, but speaking of fast play, 5DDogs running up this mid lane.
The Jet ulted very quickly there and had no targets, unfortunately, in front of him. You can hear the Viper ult going off as well. That's actually mid. That's a ropes room. And Aaron actually takes down the attacking Jet with the knives out, so one less threat to worry about.
Right, and I love this play coming out from Bonk. You throw down the Viper ultimate when you spot out that 5DDogs are going that aggressively. And it completely shuts down the A site. You can see Viper pretty much solo holding it here because you know they're all in mid. You know that that's the area they've been trying to force their will on. So with all the members rotated into mid here, MKK is going to be the one that starts this up. Trying to find their way forward, but Yassine's going to put one more down. The fault line coming in, but MKK showing one back with the showstopper, tossing a nade in. Not going to go all the way as he's trying to find an angle to peek in. He will find the Cypher. Zorky's going to get one more. This is now a fine situation for 5DDogs.
Had a bit of an aneurysm there as all the ults started flying out in the mid. Couldn't tell what was going on, but Raze, of course, still standing when all is said and done. Now we've got the single player left. It's just Breach remaining on defense. Spike has not been planted. However, they do have the time. They do have the 2v1 advantage, and he's only got an op. He's going to use the Breach utility. Actually does hit, but Omen was ready for him, waiting above. That's going to be their first successful attack round, and it was a crazy one. Lots and lots of ultimates went flying there, and now you can see just on the gun menu here, the buy menu, how the economy is looking for Bonk. They had bajillions of dollars, and they still have bajillions of dollars, but 5DDogs now finally, with a round under their belt, are able to upgrade, and you can see that lone bulldog there. I don't know if that's a personal preference. It feels like they could afford something better.
Definitely rolling in some fat stacks if you are Bonk right now, and it's a very comfortable position to be in. And for 5DDogs, if it takes you, to round 6, so you can pop all these ultimates and you can play this aggressively to get around win, that's not the best situation, but maybe they found a bit of confidence as Sage opening up with a kill onto the Viper here.
Yeah,
first time 5DDogs have found the opening frag of the round.
They need that too because Safe has been doing such a phenomenal job there, and I again just have to chuckle when I see the Dragon Op. Just looks so ridiculous in someone's hands, but Safe went down obviously right away, and now we see the defense actually rotating. They're pretty heavy onto B. Omen, of course, sticking around at A until the signal's given, but at this point, I think he knows something's up. 5-3 now for the attacker's advantage. Omen is going to actually just TP back over to A on the other side of Garage, but at this point, Aaron finds another kill, making things closer and closer. However, can he find the third? He's right in front of him. No, Dworky capitalizes. And suddenly we're in a 4v1. Ziz unlikely to challenge that at all. Still could, click some heads, though. They do have the cash to spare. Nope. Yeah,
definitely. And Winter putting a quick end to that one. I actually love the way that Aaron was able to play that one out. It's a tentative dance to be playing within the smokes there, while members are crossing every which way, front, right, and center, all over the place. But he actually, finding the frags that he did in that scenario is not a bad look. You definitely don't want 5DDogs to start building up an eco as yours is slowly starting to be strained here. Safe already down to $0 in his bank account.
Another round here for the attackers. They are up to 2 now, so that's, clawing their way back here. It looks pretty rough with the 4-0 start, but as 5DDogs warming up a bit. You know, they did have a game off, essentially, while they watched Team Bonk play against Opportunists. So now just hitting their stride again, but safe. We've seen 15-plus op kills over the course of this game and the last, so safe, very exciting to watch. Holding mid solo, gets another op kill, and another. Let's go, safe.
Oh, no. The hungry dragon finding so much value there. 8 HP means he doesn't have a whole lot of room left to keep challenging, but damage is definitely done as you got an ultimate and 2 kills out already.
Lots of
We'll see what this means
ordnance.
for the continuation of the round.
You can see smoke and poison and grenades and blast packs. Mid is just a flood of utility, but defense do have the upper hand. Viper, no Sage on the team, so Safe will need to try and stay alive with just a minimal HP. However, he's got Ziz on the side, taking down the Raze. Again, 5v2 situation now. Bonk looking very solid.
Yeah, the dogs are slowly running out here, and they're in Ropes Room. They're kind of trapped for now, but we'll see how things go. Yassine's going to be the one who actually finds an angle there. The fault line going to be landing here. Sin is stunned and in the Ropes bottom room. Has some okay positions, but not when there's 4 members trying to run you down. Yassine cleaning up that kill and clearing out the Ropes Room in the same swoop.
Time was running out regardless, so had he not lost his head, the round was pretty much over anyway, but you can see Yassine 12 and 5. Safe actually has a higher KDA with that triple last round. 11 and 3. Monster operator there in mid, doing a great job holding the line, and it's, you know, it's a double effect, right? It shuts off mid, but it also funnels them somewhere they don't necessarily want to go, which are a little bit harder to attack. So you can see the spike is actually A right now. Cypher, rather than solo holding Garage, is attempting to solo hold A this time around. So I actually think Raze and Omen could have an opportunity over at B.
Right, yeah. We talked earlier about how effective Cypher is at holding down sites, and right now B is the weaker of the two by not having him there, but for right now, 5DDogs content to just try and bide their time, see what information they can gather, as a lot of their own was sniped out of mid. You can see Cypher waiting there, checking his Apple Watch and iPad to watch the live streams of his favorite camera buddy there. Well, the rest of 5DDogs are making their way into mid. There goes an Omen smoke. Here comes the Raze ult. They gotta find 2 as Yassine drops down. Gonna get 3 there before falling as Tracker Dart will be removed, but now Bonker on to 5DDogs' plans. They're trying to make their way the rest of the way onto 8. It's such a hard position to get out of. Now just drops down in the middle of everyone. Gorky trading that one back, but there's a second op waiting in the wings. A clean round from Bonk.
In a just monstrous rocket. Both players actually pulled out the showstopper at the same time, and one ended up in a double plus with a follow-up, while the other just, of course, got flattened. So excellent momentum swing there. Again, Yassine just raking in all these kills here, 15 and 6 after 9 rounds, while on the other side, Dworky topping the charts there for the attackers, but still having a difficult time busting into any of these sites. They're going full 5 on the Garage. They saw Cypher over at A. They use that information. They know they're not going to get trapped and tripped, so they are going to try to brute force it here. Omen and Breach can hold a site now as well. They got smoke, they got a stun, and they have an op in hand.
That they do. Fault line coming out here as the push is onto the site. Yassine, oh my goodness, somebody stop this man as he is just shredding 5DDogs right now. Bonker picking up 2 kills as well.
What? That's just not fair. Yassine is obscene in this game. 18 and 6.
Oh, there's no better way to put it. Yassine has... Look, you earn your combat scores for a reason, and Yassine is definitely earning his. As I think this was that the 3rd round in a row he picked up 3 kills.
Yeah, he's insane. He's just actually dunking on them right now, going for style points. But you know, one time it's a rocket, one time it's an SMG, one time it's a Phantom. Like, you literally can put any weapon in this guy's hands, and he will take it to the house. But Omen already down around garage. How did he even die over there? I missed it, but that's a strange spot for an attacker to be taken down first. Spike carrier killed. 4 to 3 now. Still doable, winnable, 3-3 now, but very low health on the attacker side.
Very low health indeed, and with Sage being the one who fell there, gonna have to work with the HP that they have. They have an okay position to try and execute onto the B site, but they're biding their time for now. Save not gonna spot Jet on his way out. They just walked right by each other. Save is gonna be the first one to turn things around and finds a second one there by pulling out the classic before MKK is able to finish that one off. As a fault line connects from the B bomb site, that's gonna be Bonker rotating far around here, trying to check out where Raze is rotating through.
I'm
But
always
it looks like he will be heading on to B bomb site here.
always impressed with the hot swap. That was really rapid movement there from Safe to go from the AWP to the classic and still get that second kill while taking fire. So Safe, very, very impressive as well. Having Safe and Yassine on the same team right now seems a little bit OP. He's going to go for the spike plant as the lone Raze in a 2v1 situation, so he knows Breach is in garage side. He has no idea where Cypher is. He's going to have to try to clear CT and stay alive, but at this point, 2v1's kind of tough. MKK is going to have to click the heads here. They know where he is, too.
They got him pinned for now. They know where he is. Oh! Gets caught with his utility out, but the smoke's going to go down. They might just try to force the issue with that one, and Aron's going to find him through the smoke.
Mess with the wolf, you
Not
get the
too
horns.
worried about that one.
That's a joke.
Oh, I think he's delaying that one to go try and find one of the ops from earlier.
Grab it up. Defenders win again, 9-2, and this one is a clinic. Yassine and Safe both with the impressive plays over and over here. And Bonker and Aaron only have 3 deaths each. Like even they sort of unsung heroes just because they're not in the action where the attackers are. They're still playing extremely efficiently here. And you can see, obviously, the cash buildup as well, favoring them so much, where the attackers now are stuck with a Stinger and a Bulldog, where they're in a situation where they just lost 4 rounds in a row, coming up on the half. Pretty tough here for 5DDogs. Now, Split, again, I think most people will consider it to be defensive-sided. However, MKK with the big Judge Blast starting us off.
That he did, and Yassine firing back with a little bit of firepower of his own. There goes a nade flying in there. It's going to force the issue onto Winter, but Dwerky jumping up on the box there to trade that frag back.
Still a triple.
I know, yeah.
Just squeezes these kills out. Like, he loses one teammate, he says, I'll take 3 of yours. And at this point, the attackers are down to just Omen and Cypher.
That they are, and you know, a lot of Dwerky's kills have been a lot of trade frags. He's been doing a great job of trading the kills back, but now with Sin finding a frag that goes just 1 for none in that isolation, 2-2 is the best situation you can ask for 5DDogs here. Bonker waiting for his teammate to be rotating around here. Aron trying to find his way back in. They have a limited amount of utility to try and make this work here.
The blind's gonna hurt.
And he has Neural Theft on lock if he needs it.
No follow-up from the blind, actually, means that Aaron will find that kill. Loman on his lonesome, looping around. If he's hot on the trigger, could still prevent this, but they're defusing, and he's not taking the shots. Ooh,
they did hop. Yeah, they did hop off in the end, but I think he should have it here.
Got the half, got the kill, got the half. And defenders will take another round in a row. I believe that's 5 in a row. Yes, it is. And we are going to switch sides now officially. Team Bonk on the offense. Only need to successfully attack 3 times, something the 5DDogs were not able to do. So still could be anyone's game. We'll just have to see if... let's see. The defenders do have Sage this time, no Viper. I wonder if Sage will be doing the wall in the slow mid. That is typically where you'll see it. Mid is opened up a little bit more, obviously, with the map changes. Actually, even that was a month ago now, right? So Split, everyone should be used to this more open mid field.
Right, and I definitely think that when you're looking at the map like this and then how the side swap, it was always a little T-sided split, but when you're looking at the agent pool, 5DDogs don't have all of the same defensive tools. You don't have the Viper to lock down this mid lane. So it will really come down to how 5DDogs play around the mid info. And right now the cam is going to force them into hiding. How will Bonk be able to open this one up? They can start things off with a breach flash, Omen flash as well, but the wall's going to slow their advance for now.
Yeah, wall plus slow. They're just, emptying their clips here. Almost enough to break the wall. You don't necessarily want to break the wall and then reload, so you can almost break the wall, reload, and then be ready for action. And that's exactly what they did, but as it stands, no one really flooded out to try to get anything done here. We are now under a minute left on the attacking round. Dworky's going to change position because they did actually discover him there on the side of the boxes.
Yeah, I like that little bait coming out here, but now it's going to be Winter on the run. Z's is going to be the first one to open up things on here as Aron's going to just find one through the smoke. Here comes Bonker with the flashes. They're executing onto Heaven here now as two are coming in through B main. Dworky's getting aggressive here, but going to get found out in a 1v2. Sin trading one back immediately.
One health.
Yeah, 1 health is not enough to make it work as MKK. I mean, you might as well go for it and finding a kill on a Bonker. A little bit of sleep at the wheel there, finds one, but looks away from Aron at the last minute.
Yeah, kind of tense pistol duels throughout that round. The beginning ended up just being utility heavy, and the attackers, even though they did get onto the site, the defenders, even though they held mid, the attackers were able to get onto the site, and after that it was just kind of a domino effect, and now attackers looked like they were going to be doing a split across. Now, obviously, with the superior firepower that they have, they're going to just full focus one site. I think that is the right way to go. Yassine is 23-9 right now in a competitive match here.
Oh no! Well, you love to see Yassine feeling himself here, and with Bonk having all of the flash advantages, they're just gonna walk right onto A. 5DDogs pushed all the way up mid, and now they're just rotating through sewers. Sight's gone. They're gonna flip whose role is who. The plant will go down onto A here, still with 5 and 5 both alive.
Yeah, defenders totally guessed wrong. You can see them split just a little bit with Sage going toward the ropes room, but Omen is aware of their presence. And suddenly, it's a 4-1 split here. Sage separate from the team is not something you normally want to see because she can't heal anyone. She can't res anyone from there, definitely, but they don't have the points for that anyway yet. Paint Grenade going out is going to force the defenders back just a little bit, but essentially we're looking at the attackers just waiting for the defenders to try to get to that spike.
That we are, and Dworky going to actually find 2 here. They're doing a great show of it, considering this was just a pistol buy, long range with the SMG. Once again, Bonker's gonna knock one down, but I don't think they have enough time to fully clean this one up. Bomb gonna detonate there, and Bonk gonna find one more round win. Match point for 5DDogs.
They did score a few frags there on the defense. However, it did take a lot of time, too much time in the end for them to clear the site and the defuse. But 12-2 is your scoreline. It is match point. Bonk, chilling there with the 24 frags on Yassine. They're just going to let him do all the work. They only have to get one more plant, and they've just won 7 rounds in a row successfully. So 5DDogs reeling. This is do-or-die situation for them. They've got, as many guns as they could afford here, but things are looking pretty dire for them, and I would expect Bonk, if not this round, to eventually, just seal the deal and head on into the round of 16. But Blast Pack onto the Sage Wall, that's going to take it down rapidly, and Gina goes down right afterwards. Aaron clears A just by himself. 5v3 situation, 4v3 now.
That it is, and MKK going to find one, but kind of in a do-or-die situation to find both of those kills. Only got to go 1 for 1 in the end, as Bonk is looking to bring 5DDogs to heal. 2 members surviving for their match point here, and split up very heavily right now, which you're kind of forced into dire constraints here. It looks like it will fall to the Cypher here on the B bomb site.
Those kind of
awkward. They're going to be able to execute on him. Pincer move coming in here.
We were watching Cypher in B Heaven, but he did not locate out the defending Cypher, instead going for that pincer move, as you said, and that is going to pay off here for the attackers, in fact, as Jet is the lone defender. Spike isn't even planted, but it's a 3v1 now, and Jet, I don't remember Winter doing too much other than a couple of op shots. Those were impressive, but 3v1 might be a tall task here.
Right, and I think they would have heard his footsteps there, and He will win the fight out on safe anyway. If you're gonna look for a moment to pop off, Venter, now is the time. He's gonna go in here, throw down 2 smokes, gonna tap it twice, seeing if he can bait anyone out. He wants to get the half here. Will it be enough time? No, it won't. Bonker gonna be finding that kill in the end. GG's to 5DDogs, but Bonker gonna come out on top for his team.